So next up, we get to talk about Git tags, which are very useful, but also, fortunately for us, are pretty simple to pick up. They're not a very complicated concept. The main idea behind Git tags is that we can tag particular commits. We can label commits by creating a Git tag, a reference to a moment in time. So these tags can be anything. We can name them whatever we want, but typically tags are used these days to mark version releases for projects. So again, think of tags as like a label pointing to a particular moment in time, kind of like branch references, except that a branch reference, like these here, right, these change. If we add a new commit to the master branch, this reference moves. It points to the tip of the master branch, the next commit. But a tag will actually stay referring to the same commit that we set it up on. So on the Git docs, they explain this. Git has the ability to tag specific points in a repository's history as being important. Think of it as like a sticky note on a commit. Typically, people use this functionality to mark release points, but again, you don't have to. But that's the context I'm going to demonstrate it in. It's what you'll see the most, really the only thing I ever see tags used for. So tags allow us to do things like this. Everybody, whoever sees this repository, I'm tagging this one commit as our version 3.1.0 release for whatever this software is that we're making. So that is always going to be there. No matter how much more work we do, thousands of more commits in the master branch, lots of merges, this will always be 3.1.0. It's tagged that way. Yes, we could move the tag, but we have to do it manually, unlike with a branch reference, which automatically updates. So I can tag different points as different releases in our history, and all I'm doing is marking them as important moments. And a lot of the time this happens, right? You would have a new version, a new release, when some code is merged into the master branch. If we're working on a big project, a big open source project, lots and lots of contributors, at some point, some code is merged in, and whether it's a bug fix or a whole new refactoring or some radical change, that typically marks a new release. So that's why I'm marking or I'm tagging these merge commits, but that's not always how it works. All that I want you to understand for now is that a tag is just a pointer to a commit, a moment in time. It doesn't have to be in the master branch. You can tag any commits. And when you tag that commit, that tag stays there. It refers to that moment in time. And these names can be anything. Most of the time, we're talking about versioning, but you could name them hot dog, pickle, and bloober tuber if you wanted to. We have complete control over what we tag things as. So there are two different types of tags that we're going to discuss. There are lightweight tags. Lightweight tags are simpler, they're lightweight. They're just like a name and a label, that's it. Think of what you see here, a name referring to a moment in time. Annotated tags include additional information, including a tag message, kind of like a commit message, the author's name and email, the date. And for that reason, because they include all this additional metadata, they are generally preferred in a lot of big projects. They'll ask you to use annotated tags, not lightweight tags. So I'll show you how to do both of them. They're very simple. It's really just one command we need to cover, which is git tag. And then we'll go on from there. But before we go any further, I actually want to talk a little bit about versioning, because tagging and versioning are kind of tied together. That's the main use case for Git tags. I want to talk about semantic versioning, and that's what we're going to cover in the next video.